Hi guys, I just wanted to make a short video of my Jaguar S Type. I know there are a lot of people who love this model, and let's face it, you don't really get cars like this anymore. It's absolutely beautiful, and when you look at the modern interpretation of the Jag, it's nothing like how they used to be, in my opinion. So going back to 2004, my dad was a successful businessman. He wanted to buy my mother something special, something nice, so I looked around at various cars. However, when my mum saw this car, she knew that it was a one for her. Historically, my parents haven't been very well off, but they've always managed to make ends meet and provide for us children. But in no uncertain terms, this car was, an absolute treat for them both and us. My mum loved the car for many years, but unfortunately became ill, and after a prolonged illness, she sadly passed away. The car, like many of my mum's possessions, sat unused and untouched for years. Such was the pain of dealing with the things that belonged to her. Which brings us up to date, nearly 20 years later. Me and my wife had a child and found that we were struggling following my wife's car being written off. My dad saw what was happening and suggested that I take the S-Type. Believe me, this was a dream come true. I've always looked on the Jag as something special, potentially something too good for me even. Nevertheless, we couldn't refuse such a generous offer. The one downside is that we needed to get the car back on the road, and remember, it had been stood still for nearly 20 years. I don't know if it was fate, but after several failed attempts to get someone to come and look at the car, stars began to align, and I came up on a small garage quite close to where we live that's quite hidden really. They put us in contact with a recovery service. We all panicked as we knew that starting a car that had been sat still for so long could prove potentially fatal for the engine. However, as luck would have it, the recovery driver just happened to be an ex-Jaguar employee who did much of their recovery work throughout the early 2000s. He proved to be an expert regarding the S-Type and knew exactly what to do to get the old car moving and back on the road. The car was taken to the garage, and again we envisage, it cost thousands. I read numerous stories about things that can go wrong with these cars and expected a huge bill. Again, however, the stars seemed to align, and several days later the garage phoned up and said that the car would be no more than the cost of an MOT and a service. Unbelievable, we might say, for something, for a car that's been stood still for 2 decades. Ever since I collected the car and drove it for the first time, it made me feel special. This might have been due in part to, the sentimental attachment. But also I can honestly say that I've never really driven a car like it. It's just pure old school class in my view. There's something about just sitting in the seat and just powering down the road. It just feels amazing. The engine, the feel, the handling, everything for that matter, it's just incredible. Just look at it, it's a thing of beauty, and in my view, one of the best, most beautiful iterations of the Jaguar motor car still around today. I know people will disagree, they talk about the many problems one can encounter when owning such a car, and it may be that I, encounter the same issues, but I'll just address those as and when they arise. I can't possibly imagine, parting with this car at the current time, such as my love for the car and my attachment, given it belonged to my late mum. I'm no expert on cars, but I just want to share my story with other Jaguar enthusiasts. They might appreciate my backstory and the video of the car itself. To all your Jaguar S-Type owners, enjoy your cars, love them, treat them well, as will never be another car like them on the road. All the best, guys, and if you feel like you want to drop a comment below, let me know about your stories and your cars. All the best. Bye-bye.